Now, we had a guy spawn this whole conversation, which was he called in, left a drunken message on Dave's Jerk Hotline. Do we have the first one?
Yes, we do.
He thinks he's calling his girlfriend Jen, evidently.
Right.
That's right.
Jen, it's me again.
Again.
I'm still drunk. I decided that I'm not going to give up on this relationship. And that's the final note. I know you probably hate me. I just love you so much. And I know I'll never get another chance to be with someone as beautiful as you, as smart as you, as talented as you, as smart as you.
Put it on pause for a second, because I always think of that joke from Blazing Saddles when the guy says, "What are your qualifications?"
Qualifications.
Rape, murder, arson, and rape.
You said rape twice.
I like rape.
I just think of that when he says smart twice.
Now, this fellow has called in?
Yes.
There's 8 more seconds.
8 more seconds.
Okay.
8 more very important seconds to this message.
I just love you so much. I just can't go on without you.
There we go. Mason?
I'm so embarrassed right now.
Wait, this really sounds like him.
Oh my God. I found out that, I called the wrong number when we were at work, and then one of my coworkers was on your website, and then they're playing the message, and he calls me over to the computer, and he says, this kind of sounds like you.
Well, why did you call the wrong number in the first place? Had you called the Jerk Hotline before?
Well, no, actually, I've never even heard of your show before, so... Yeah, but I looked at my cell phone, my call history, and sure enough, the number was the same one on the website. And I think I dialed the wrong number by pressing I looked at my ex-girlfriend's number, and your number and her numbers are very similar, and it's only separated by the last 2 digits.
So what time was this message left on our message machine? Do we have a time date stamp on that? We should, actually. But what time did you call?
Well, that's the thing. I don't remember making that call because, I think I got drunk over the past month. Like, I think I'd probably say 16 times out of the whole month. So it could have been any...
Are you at work now?
No, I'm actually calling sick.
Oh.
You called in sick because you're depressed?
Well, I've been depressed for the whole month, but,
Now, what do you do that your coworker could call you over to his computer?
Well, we're just, working on computers, and we run a computer, like fixing program, whatever thingy. And I'm like, so embarrassed right now, because...
I gotta tell you,
radar up, huh?
I wish you weren't a liar.
Well, what
my
city?
spidey sense is tingling just a little bit with
I just wish you weren't a liar.
young Mason.
What city are you calling from, Mason?
Well, I live in Granada Hills, so up in, the valley.
And where's Jen live?
Jen lives in L.A.
She's a 323er?
Yeah.
Why'd you guys break up?
Biggest mistake of my life. I broke up with her because, I thought she was cheating on me. And then later I found out that she wasn't.
Yeah.
So I felt horrible and all that.
How long had you guys gone out?
Like, I think about 3.5 years.
I think we need to talk to Jen. I think we could win her back for you.
No, I think it's done.
Why?
Well, because every time I try talking to her through her sister slams the phone on me, or she's blocking my calls.
Yeah, she wouldn't block a call from a radio station, though. She'd think maybe she won a prize. Maybe she thinks she's going to get a $50 Hooters gift certificate. So all right, 3.5 years, you think she's cheating, but she's not.
Right.
It's too bad life isn't more like the sitcoms where you think your wife is cheating and turns out she's planning a surprise party for you.
And then we all have a laugh, but not in this case.
You work with a guy who listens to this show.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on one second. I want to convene with my colleagues for a second. There's a part of me that doesn't have any reason not to believe Mason. He does sound like the same guy. Oh, yeah. I'm wondering if the first one was a put on.
Clearly the same guy. I think we can agree upon
Same
that.
Guy. The way he heard about it is fine. The part where the digits were a couple off, I'm sort of with him on that. But all right, could happen. He doesn't sound right now.
I wish you weren't a liar.
He is trying to keep the same demeanor he had when he called in and sound depressed, when I think the real guy would be more embarrassed and perk it up a little, even if he was upset over being dumped by his girl.
I hear you.
What do you guys think?
Why would the real guy call in? If that were me and I had accidentally left a message, it was broadcast, I think I would just go away and hope that it went away.
Well, there's a good question. And when was this pointed out to you? When did you find out? Oh,
No, he doesn't know he's on.
I punched him on. Mason, are you there?
Yeah.
When was this pointed out to you?
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
All right. And why did you call in?
Well, because I heard the first message, and then I didn't think it was that bad, and I didn't remember anything from what I said. Mm-hmm. And then this morning, I'm listening to you guys, and then I hear all the horrible stuff, and I was like, what if she's listening too? And
You're listening. Well, I'm just going to roll the Arbitron dice and say no, but you're listening not because you're aware of the show, but because your friend made you aware of it yesterday.
Right.
And that's why you tuned in this morning.
Right, because I wanted to see if you guys play anymore, because I remember listening on the website.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
let's listen to. Do we have a little more, Brian? It's going to be comfortable.
I just want you to know how I feel. And we deserve to be with each other. We are meant for one another. I'm not going to leave this relationship to dry. I'm going to fight to keep it. I'm going to fight so that we can be together again.
Well, Mason.
Yes.
How did you get past Dave's annoying outgoing message talking about the Jerk Hotline with the lasers firing off in the background and everything? I don't understand that part.
Well, to tell you the truth, I don't even remember making this call.
He says he was in a blackout from drinking, right?
Yeah, because later on you go on to speak about the Jews, and it's not in flattering terms, I must say.
And then you call Jen sweet teats.
What?
Nothing. And now let me ask you, when you say you accused her of cheating, were you checking her email, or what were you doing that pissed her off?
Well, since I'm kind of, like a...
You're a tech guy, right?
Tech guy.
So
yeah.
I know all about computers, like all about computers.
So you hacked into her stuff?
Yes, and, I checked her computer, and then sure enough, there are some, IMs and all that,
Well, Mason, I believe you, and I'd like to put a happy spin on this because you really sound depressed. How old are you?
I'm 25.
25, and you were going out with this one for 3.5 years.
Right, but we knew each other since,
Since when?
Since junior high.
All right, even more reason. You shouldn't be having relationships that go on longer than a year or so under the age of 25. It's just not healthy. What you need is variety. What you need is experience, and especially as a guy. I can't tell you all the guys, and I do believe this is what happens and what causes a lot of divorce. A lot of guys meet their high school sweetheart. They meet them in the 9th grade or the 10th grade. They date all the way through high school, sometimes college, and then they get married at 23. And then somewhere around 31, the guy starts thinking, I've never really been with other women. I don't know what it's like out there. They start hearing the stories. They turn on the entertainment shows. They see what Nick Lachey, the aforementioned Nick Lachey's up to, and they get a little envious, and they get curious, and they stray. Best to go do your thing, make your rounds, live your life, be single for a while, and then tie the knot. You didn't want to marry this person. She didn't want to marry you. This is a good thing. Move on.
Couldn't be in more agreement.
What do you think,
At
Mason?
the time, you think that that this is the end of the world, but no, better to wait into your 30s.
And you have this feeling, because I could remember this gnawing feeling at 25 or so. You think, but I'll never see this person again. I'll never lay down with this person again. I'll never marry this person again. It haunts you. Everybody thinks that. Everybody goes through that. It builds character. It's really like going to the gym. It's like taking your heart and your soul to the gym and pummeling it for a while, but you come out stronger. Those who've never been dumped, who've never had, loved and lost, or had the relationships up and down trials, those are boring people you don't want to hang out with. Show me somebody that met their sweetheart in high school and is now married happily 31 years with the same person. I'll show you a boring guy I don't want to hang out with.
I didn't think I'd ever be happy again, and then one day, Bruska's ear came walking into my life.
Well, Mason,
learn to love again.
Do you feel better?
No.
All right.
Well, whatever doesn't kill you just makes you wish you were dead.
That's right.